Journey back to a time when giant beasts ruled the earth, and humans were merely helpless prey.
In this savage prehistoric wilderness, survival is a daily struggle against nature's most terrifying and lethal predators. Meet a young girl, isolated and alone, navigating a landscape filled with peril at every single turn.
She possesses skills and courage far beyond her years, surviving where many others have fallen to beasts.
Before we witness this primal encounter, click subscribe to journey through history's most epic and untold stories. While foraging for food, a strange and high-pitched sound catches her attention near a dense thorn bush.
Hidden within the sharp thorns lies a helpless lion cub, trapped and separated from its protective pride. The tiny creature is exhausted from struggling, vulnerable to any larger predator that might pass by today.
She knows that touching a predator is dangerous, but her compassion outweighs her fear in this moment.
With steady hands, she uses her stone knife to slice through the tough vines binding the cub. The cub is free, but starvation and dehydration have left it too weak to stand or walk.
She acts quickly, offering the dehydrated animal precious water from a gourd she carries at her waist.
As the cool water revives the cub, a silent and unlikely bond forms between human and beast.
She decides to carry the small predator, knowing it cannot survive the coming night on its own.
They find temporary shelter in a small cave, sharing her meager rations of dried meat and water.
Darkness falls over the prehistoric world, bringing with it the terrifying sounds of the ancient night hunters. At dawn, they head toward the great river, a vital source of life but also immense danger. The water looks calm on the surface, but in this era, monsters lurk beneath every single wave.
She kneels to fill her gourd, placing the cub on the soft sand just a few feet away.
Unseen by the pair, massive bubbles rise to the surface, signaling the approach of a colossal predator.
A prehistoric crocodile, a remnant of the dinosaur age, fixes its cold, reptilian gaze on the cub. The innocent cub plays near the water's edge, oblivious to the 40-foot monster rising from the deep.
Suddenly, the water explodes as the massive beast launches itself onto the bank with terrifying speed.
Reflexes kick in, and the girl snatches the cub, rolling backward just milliseconds before the jaws snap. The crocodile drags its massive, armored body onto the land, refusing to give up its easy meal.
Panic sets in as she scrambles up the muddy bank, desperate to put distance between them.
Despite its size, the prehistoric reptile moves with shocking speed, closing the gap with terrifying efficiency.
Her heart sinks as she hits a sheer cliff wall, realizing she is trapped with no escape.
The beast corners them, opening a mouth filled with rows of teeth designed to crush bone. She raises her small wooden spear, a futile gesture against a monster armored like a living tank. The cub cowers behind her legs, sensing the ancient and overwhelming evil standing right before them.
The crocodile lunges, snapping the wooden spear in half with a single, effortless bite of its jaws.
Defenseless and cornered, she braces for the end, shielding the cub with her own fragile body.
Suddenly, a thunderous roar shakes the ground, echoing from the ridge directly above their heads. The crocodile pauses, its primal brain distracted by a challenge that rivals its own dominance.
From the cliffs above, a massive cave lioness launches herself into the air in a blur of tawny fur.
She lands with earth-shaking force, directly between the girl and the reptile, kicking up a cloud of dust.
The mother has arrived to reclaim her cub, and she is fueled by pure, maternal rage.
The cave cove lion was a beast of nightmares, significantly larger and more powerful than modern lions.
But the crocodile is an ancient killer, armed with armored scales and a tail that breaks legs. Seizing the distraction, the girl drags the cub into a small rock crevice to watch the battle. The reptile strikes first, snapping at the cat's legs, but the lioness dodges with supernatural agility.
She counters instantly, leaping onto the crocodile's back and sinking her massive fangs into its neck.
The crocodile thrashes violently, attempting a death roll to crush the lioness under its immense weight.
She leaps clear just in time, circling the slow-turning reptile, looking for a soft spot to strike.
A massive tail whip catches the lioness in the ribs, sending her tumbling across the rocky ground.
She recovers instantly, the pain only fueling her fury as she prepares for a second assault.
The crocodile charges, using its burst speed to try and clamp its jaws around her torso.
The lioness swipes with razor-sharp claws, targeting the reptile's only vulnerability, its exposed and sensitive eyes. The strike connects, blinding the beast in one eye and forcing it to recoil in pain. Pressing her advantage, she clamps her jaws onto the crocodile's front leg, applying bone-crushing pressure.
The reptile snaps wildly at the air, unable to reach the agile cat attacking from its flank.
From her hiding spot, the girl watches the titans clash, witnessing a battle few humans ever see. Realizing it cannot win this fight on dry land, the crocodile begins a slow retreat to the water. But the lioness is not done. She blocks its path, roaring to ensure the threat leaves permanently.
In a final act of defiance, the crocodile lunges one last time, hoping to catch her off guard.
She vaults over the beast effortlessly, landing behind it and driving it further toward the river's edge. Defeated and injured, the massive reptile slides back into the murky depths, disappearing from sight. The lioness stands victorious on the bank, her chest heaving as she scans the water for movement. With the threat gone, her attention turns slowly toward the rocks where her cub is hiding. The girl freezes, terrifyingly aware that she is now face to face with the apex predator of the land. The lioness approaches slowly, a low rumble in her throat, her golden eyes fixed on the human.
Suddenly, the cub breaks free from the girl's arms and runs happily toward its massive mother.
The mother lowers her head, nuzzling her lost child, checking it intently for any signs of injury. She realizes the cub is unharmed, and her gaze returns to the girl, this time without aggression. The girl stands slowly, showing open hands, a universal sign of peace across the animal kingdom.
The giant cat takes a step closer, sniffing the air, picking up the scent of her cub on the girl.
A tense moment of silence hangs in the air, a mutual understanding passing between two different species. The lioness blinks slowly, a sign of trust, before turning her massive body away from the girl.
She nudges her cub forward, and together they walk back into the safety of the dense jungle.
The cub looks back one last time, a silent goodbye to the savior who kept it alive.
Left alone on the riverbank, the girl collapses against the rock, overwhelmed by relief and exhaustion. She survived a clash of titans, witnessing the raw power of nature in its most primal form.
She begins the long walk home, carrying a story that her people will tell for generations.
She returns to her tribe, not just as a survivor, but as someone touched by the wild.
That night, by the fire, she recounts the tale of the river monster and the Lion Queen.
A tale of fear, courage, and the unexpected mercy found in the heart of a savage beast.
The cave lion, Panthera spelaea, was one of the largest felines to ever walk the earth. And the ancient crocodiles of that era possessed a bite force that could crush a car. Humans were small and vulnerable, surviving only by their wits and occasional strokes of incredible luck.
This encounter likely inspired the cave paintings we find today, immortalizing the respect early humans held.
It was a world of giants, where every day was a battle for life and dominance.
But for one girl, the terrifying wilderness showed a moment of grace that saved her life. And deep in the jungle, the mother lion rests with her cub, safe for another night. The rains come, washing away the blood on the riverbank, erasing the signs of the struggle. The river returns to its calm flow, hiding its monsters beneath the murky, dark surface once again.
Years later, that young girl would become a leader, shaped by the strength she witnessed that day.
And perhaps an old lion watched from the hills, remembering the small human who saved her kin.
It is a testament to the complex relationship between man and nature since the dawn of time.
A simple stone tool and a brave heart were all that stood between life and extinction.
The world has changed, the giants are gone, but the instinct to survive remains exactly the same. Today's lions are the descendants of those ancient kings, carrying the legacy of their prehistoric ancestors.
And the crocodiles remain, virtually unchanged by time, still the perfect killing machines of the water.
In the end, nature favors the strong, the fast, and those willing to help others survive.
From the rescue in the thorns to the battle at the river, this was a legendary encounter.
A story lost in 1,000,000 years ago, but one that defines the spirit of humanity. If you enjoyed this prehistoric adventure, click the next video to explore more ancient world mysteries.
Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to never miss a trip back in time.
History is alive, and every fossil tells a story of struggle, survival, and sometimes unexpected friendship.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next era of our journey.